What up, y'all? Welcome back to more of this here Lego The Hobbit or the good old PlayStation 4. In the last episode, I was telling y'all about how I've, as a fan of TMNT or a fan of nerdy things in general, when it comes to video games, movies, comics, or whatever the case may be, when it comes to fans of those types of things, it's not something, I guess it's not necessarily something that people don't know about. Again, if you're a fan of anything, there's always going to be people who are going to either tell you that you're wrong for liking it or tell you like, oh yeah, I kind of like it, but it's not da-da-da-da-da. Like, well, that goes triple, if not quadruple, for video games, comics, and yeah, well, I guess you want to say mostly just video games and comics. So again, I'm a big fan of TMNT, and I've reached out to more, people I don't know to, to see who all like TMNT. Joining groups on Facebook and finding more people who are into it. Yeah, I found out like when I found out the Michael Bay movie was coming out in 2014. Well, I found out in 2014 that it was coming out in 2015. Or did it come out? I don't fucking remember. I think it came out in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. But I just don't remember. I know it came out on DVD in 2015. Either way, when it comes to that, came to that movie, people were. It is what it is. I understand why they look the way they do, because Bay's original concept for the turtles were that they were going to be aliens. They were going to be a race of humanoid alien turtles. Humanoid turtle aliens, I guess is the best way to put it, because I guess if they're in outer space, they wouldn't necessarily be called turtles. They would just happen to resemble turtles on planet Earth. And so I can totally understand, like, that's why they have the aesthetic look that they do, because they weren't supposed to be actually turtles at first. They were supposed to be aliens. So it didn't take long for people to be, when they first saw what the turtles looked like, to like immediately be like, oh, those are not the turtles that I know. That's not what they're supposed to look like, blah, 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 blah. And again, I understand that, it might not be aesthetically pleasing to you. That might not be what you want to see. But I want to remind people, and this is like really important, like to me anyway. It's really important to me because like if you complain about stuff like this, it honestly makes you look like a jackass. When it comes down to it, again, in the last episode I talked about artistic liberties. When it comes to artistic liberties, like the people who have paid to have the rights to that franchise now have the right to do what they want to with it within the parameters of, legalities. They have the right to do what they please. If you are not paying, for that company or that producer or that director to have the rights to the movie that you're criticizing, you probably need to hush. And I'm saying that because at the end of the day, like, it costs money to have the rights to do this stuff. It costs cash, and these people put up this cash so that they can make a movie, not necessarily for them, but for like an audience, for multiple people. And it might not be what you like, but somebody somewhere does like it, and that's really what it boils down to. It's like it's not for you. I guess at the end of the day is what I'm trying to say. It's not for you. And yes, you do have the right to complain, especially if you paid to go see it. By all means, you got all the right in the world to complain. I will not try to take that from you, but I will tell you that, like, to sit there and say that they did it wrong or it's not, the way you wanted it to be, I just want to remind you, you were not in on any of the brainstorming ideas for the film. You were not a what's the word I'm looking for? A benefactor. You did not put any money in on the production. You did nothing but criticize and watch. That's all you did. And at the end of the day, like, I can understand if you paid for the movie and you just hated it and it was just like all around not good. I understand that. Like, that I can totally dig. But at the end of the day, like, to say that, like, oh, he did it wrong, it should have been more like this. If you really feel like you could make a better movie, then I suggest you save up your cash Save up as much De Niro as you could possibly muster. And even if you make a short film, make a fucking movie of your own, and then just let it be the movie that everybody loves. Or you'll make the movie, which this is what's more likely to happen. You'll make the movie, and then you'll find out how shitty it is to have people completely like down your work. Now as a game designer, now as a gamer, I've done this a lot. I've bitched and complained about games, but when it comes to a movie versus a video game, a video game is I'd say a video game is kind of like buying food. Like if you go to a restaurant and you pay for a meal and the food is undercooked, or it's cold, or it just tastes bad, or you know, you have an all-around unpleasant experience, like yes, you have every right in the world to bitch, because it's not like a well, I guess for food, yeah, no, it's not like a 2 or 3 hour like endeavor that you go through. Really, bro? That's what you did for real? That's what you did for real? All right, then. And like with video games, certain games like take you several hours. What do you need is the trophy I just unlocked. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, you're spending like somewhere between 15 to 60, if not over $70 for a video game that might not be completely finished when you get it, that might not be completely bug tested, or like quality checked, I guess is the better way to put that. When you get it and you get like this product that's just really, really, really bad, and yeah, you have every right in the world to complain. But like I said, with movies, like it's to say that they did it wrong because of an aesthetic feature or who they cast in it, yeah, that's not the same thing. If they just like cheaped out and like the way the movie looked extremely cheap, and it didn't look like they really put any production value into it, and it looks like they honestly half-assed it, then yeah, I said cool, yeah, complain and bitch, and because you have that right, because you paid like what, probably like $7, if not more, to see a movie that looks like it was produced in what, 2010 maybe, if not like later than that. Oh yeah, I can totally dig that. But to sit there and say, oh no, Ultron's voice is wrong, he shouldn't sound like that, or the turtles look stupid, he shouldn't have made them look like that, it wasn't your decision. You can always just not watch the film.
There's only one.
You can, that's always an option. And as far as the people, the adults out there who are complaining about the Nickelodeon series and how it's not good, or they're doing dumb things that they shouldn't be doing, that show's shot for kids, man. Like, I'm 27 years old, and yes, I watched the new Ninja Turtles show on Nickelodeon. I watch it. I like it. But I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying it. I'll tell you flat out now, it can be a lot better. Gandalf, what the fuck, man? Are you just not listening? Do I bore you? What the fuck? Do you just not give like 3 shits? Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Moving the camera because I can't see. Hopefully, we're gonna dick around here in the overworld for the next 6 minutes or so. Next 5, maybe just next couple of minutes, because I don't want to start the next episode, next mission. Oh, we're with the people. But yeah, I mean, I don't mean to sound like a complete ass. Shit!
The elven gates of Mirkwood stood before the sun. Their journey will bring them through this corrupted, though once great, forest. Only
I was apparently annoyed by that.
Carry them safely to the other side. They could not stray. Set the ponies loose.
Something moves in the shadows, unseen. If our enemy has returned, we must know. Go to the tombs in the mountains.
So be it.
You're not leaving us.
I would not do this soon as I had to.
I'll be waiting for you at the Overlook, before the slopes of Erebor.
Do not enter that mountain without me.
Not my
Now look here, you don't get to leave the team and still call shots now.
Do not leave it.
Come on, we must reach the mountain before the sun sets on Durin's Day.
Oh, I did this myself. Okay, I gotta remember those damn gold arrows mean there's a mission here. I didn't know if it was going to transition me into another part of the overworld or what. But clearly, is that a person? No, it's a mushroom. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, I don't mean to sound like a prick of complaining about this, but it's just honestly like you're an adult. Everybody has their right to their opinion, and you have the right to complain if you really feel like you need to complain. But at the end of the day, what it really is you're just bitching about something that really that you didn't have any part of. It simply just boils down to that. Like you could have, you didn't have a chance to be a part of it, but I guess at the end of the day, you could if you really wanted to. You could make your own movie. Nobody's stopping you. Well, I guess your bank might be stopped, or your money might be stopping you, but at any point. Oh, there we go. I wasn't trying to do that, but all right. I didn't realize that's what was going on. Ah, hell's bells, Jim. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there, who feel like I'm wrong, but that goes without saying on the internet. You're never right on the internet. Ever. The internet is not a place for people's opinions. I learned that the hard way. I'm gonna hit that down. Hold on. Well, that happened. I thought so. Although, with that being said, though, like honestly, I can't. Maybe it's because I'm not a comic book fan. We've always said that, like, the big. Okay, I'm glad I said something about comic books. When it boils down to it, like the main complaint for most comic book fans when it comes to the movie, like the Marvel movies and stuff like that, their biggest complaint is it's not like that in the comic. All right, yeah, I have never really read a Marvel comic. I haven't really read any comics at all. But I want to just say that, like, when it comes down to it, dudes, like, for the people who are complaining that the movies aren't like the comic book, I'm guessing you've probably already read the comic, and the movie isn't for the people. It isn't like an abridged. It's not supposed to be an abridged version of the comic book. It's not supposed to be like a retelling of the whole story. It's not going to be the exact same thing as the original comic. Because to be completely honest, that would be boring. It's like I don't understand how people would feel like that's what they want to watch. It's like, but you already know this story, and yet you want to watch it all over again from the point, like, from in a cinematic version. Like, in a sense, that's what you're getting. You're just getting it's just not a carbon copy of the comic book. And to be completely fair, comic books aren't that long. Like, I can understand if, like, there's a graphic novel of it and you want, like, a film adaptation of the graphic novel and you get, like, nothing of that. Yeah, I guess I understand that. Alright, somebody's supposed to have a torch. I gotta go find a torch, guys. I don't see a torch. Do you have the torch? He didn't have the torch. Wait. Yeah, you. Alright, I only have 50-some seconds left, so when we get back, me and Bilbo are going fishing. Real big bass, too. Oh, you know what it is, son. It's that time of the video where I thank everybody for sticking around and get to the end. It's that time of the day where I tell you all, hey, if you like what you see here, and if you be like, hey, this Diz dude was all right, I get behind him. I like it. If you do, like, comment, share, and subscribe and share. Share. Even if you're watching this and you saw it from my Facebook page, don't just share my post. Like, copy the link and post it on your Facebook feed on your own. Damn, time's going out. Thank you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.